I am Sheryl Hill. I am first and foremost the very proud mom of 2 young men and 8 international youth for more than 12 years. My son Tyler died a preventable death in Japan. When we published Tyler Hill to warn and inform others, we did not expect to hear from hundreds and thousands of others whose children had been robbed, raped, starved, abandoned, and killed on these opportunities of a lifetime. I am out to make sure that it stops. We want 0 preventable deaths and injuries on youth and student programs in foreign countries. It's a $200 billion self-regulated industry. We want to protect our students abroad with thoughtful policies, awareness, education, and cry supports. I am Clear Cause. We are now reluctant experts in the student abroad youth travel industry, and Cosmopolitan wanted to hear from us what we knew about what happened and what people could do, what students and parents and youth should do to maintain their safety and be aware of risks when they're abroad. So we were featured in Cosmopolitan magazine because they saw our press on the web and we had credibility. Clear Cause Foundation was born on June 6th of 2011, and I spent an incredible amount of money, tens of thousands of dollars, to engage and inform America that there are no rules, no laws, no oversight, no transparency, that poor performers can continue to perform poorly because there are no watchdogs in this industry. We could have taken that $60,000 and tossed it into a parking lot for the coverage that we received. After finding media relations and being coached and developed into being a spokesperson for this cause, we have been in local, regional, and national television and newspapers and radio stations, and that actually has also helped us get our public service announcements on cable television and on radio. We've been featured in NFL football on radio. People call me from all over the country now and say, wow, you're really doing great work. I wish I had your visibility. And I'm like, well, let me introduce you to my partner, Media Relations. And what's really awesome is that I get invited back. I could walk into any town that I've interviewed in the past and be invited back because Media Relations has taught me how to build relationships with the media. Let's talk about one. We received one interview from NBC New York, 14 million, an audience of 14 million people. You cannot buy that kind of impact when you are working to save lives. Well, I have done media interviews with other companies, and I have done media interviews with Media Relations. And I think that the unique thing for me in meeting Robin, Cosina, and team is the development that they invested in me before I went before a microphone or a camera. We started out on late night radio, and they said, okay, here's a couple of things you could do a little differently here. Make sure you're engaging with your interviewer. Take an interest in them, speak to your audience. You know what you want to say, get your top 3 points out. You control it. I said, make a relationship with the audience. Look them in the eye and tell them why they need to know what you have to say. And every time that I have an interview on Media Relations, we get feedback, and the feedback is phenomenal. We get invited back, it's great. So I think the thing that I learned is that it's not just about getting your story out there. It's getting your story out there as a professional, as a passionate and compassionate person to the right audience. And it really helps when someone teaches you how to do that well. We repurpose our Media Relations outreach everywhere we can. So whether it's radio, we will tweet, Facebook, LinkedIn, and write articles about it. We feature every story, every interview that we've ever done on our Clear Cause blog. The first year that I was working with Media Relations, we got to be on some television and local press about our event Around the World Safely. It's really a fun wine tasting in Woodland Hill Winery, and we could hold about 200 people, and we blew through our tent almost within the first 2 weeks. We had to rent another tent, and we celebrated with almost 400. We expected to raise about $25,000, but we raised $55,000, and that's what reach can do.